Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again, and today I'm going to go into one of my, I don't want to say scariest near-death experiences in Path of Exile, but definitely one of the most interesting, I'll say. It was definitely the highest amount of damage I've ever taken in a short amount of time. So just to give you guys a little summary of this before I allow it to play, the audio is muted, sadly, because that's how Twitch is with certain copyrighted music, but regardless of that, I'm in a level 78 Palace map. The only damage mod on here that we're going to be looking at is the 94% extra cold damage, followed with 2 additional rogue exiles. This character has an effective, you could say, 679, about 9,800 total HP, effective HP, whatever you'd like to call it. This character has no armor, maybe 300 armor. It's pretty much the only source of survivability is the summoner, the fact of having a wall of minions, and this gigantic pool of, effective life. With that being said, I want you guys to see if you can diagnose exactly what happened, and then we'll take a look at it shortly. So here we go. Okay, so to explain what happened for anyone who is unaware, one thing to note is I had to resummon a zombie, so I actually took off my Purity of Elements, which means I'm actually not capped on resist. Thankfully, I turned my Purity of Elements back on, and I did something very silly here. I was not paying attention while I was in this map, and I ran face first into this Exile. I think her name is Natalie. I'm not exactly sure, Entally or something, but she. Let's pull up the wiki here. I'll explain exactly what she does. Let's see, Path of Exile, Rogue Exiles. But essentially, in one single blow for a lesser multi-projectile, this is what she did to me. So let's bring her up. Here she is. Antali Napora. I'm just calling her Natalie. It's simple like that. So Natalie, what she did to me is she used Lightning Arrow. Lightning Arrow, which is supported by greater multi-projectiles according to the wiki, level 70 plus. So for those of you who don't know, let's pull up Lightning Arrow, and I'll show you why she did so much damage to me. Lightning Arrow fires a charged arrow at the target, causing them to be struck by a bolt of lightning, which damages up to 3 nearby enemies. 50% of physical damage converted to lightning damage hits up to 3 additional enemies near the targets. Well, what happened is since this map has the extra cold damage, you can see here, if you take a look. Okay, so the first initial hit me, which was all crit, so everything rolled crit. You can see I was shock stacked, and because of the cold damage mods, I was frozen and I was chilled. That alone right there did what, 7,000 damage, a little 7,400 damage, and then the rest of it chained, not chained, but like the way the damage was set. It actually hit so hard that my summons with 12,000 life insta-died from it. Just one shot obliterated. And the reason for me taking an obscene amount of damage compared to everyone else in my party is I made the huge mistake of not paying attention. The boss was not enfeebled by any means, and it's a monster damage map, and I literally walked right into her face right here. And remember that hits, 3 additional enemies, etc.? Well, you can see there's summon raging spirits behind me, there was summons as well, and it just so happened to say, Pohx, we're just going to make sure everything hits you in the face. And everything just rolled its possible RNG dice and hit me. There could be a possibility that I may have blocked one of, the SO attacks, and I could have actually survived from that as well. I'm not exactly 100% sure as to how all the damage is calculated, but just to be aware for you guys, you can still take extreme amounts of damage if you're very silly at this game, such as, the mistake I did. And the other thing is, she actually uses a Vol skill. She uses a skill called Vol Burning Arrow, which I don't know if it'll show it here. I'm not sure if it's shown on here, but she does use Vol Burning Arrow as well. And if she were to hit me with Vol Burning Arrow, oh my goodness, that would have been very scary indeed. But, I just wanted to run this by you, showing that, you can never feel too safe in this game. You never really know exactly what's going to happen. And that's also why I love it at the same time, because you're always on your toes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. You know, you could always get one shot. You could get insta-gibbed. You could get triple shock stack. Well, not anymore. Sorry, single shock stack. And the next thing you know, there's a substantial physical extra damage hasted mob that's accurate, slams you in the face with that shock stack for like 9,000 damage. And it's just a lot of fun. You know, it's some of the things you just never really expect that some people would, you know, complain about. You could even say like, wow, that's so silly that you just got insta-killed. But do you really know why? Do you know the math behind it? Do you understand the reasoning behind why you died? And it's the things like that that really drive me to continue playing the game. Because it's like, sometimes you always think, you know, you may, you know majority of the content, and then the next thing you know, oh, hi little kitty. Sorry, little kitty just walked in here. The next thing you know, bam. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Sorry I didn't have my webcam activated. I really couldn't think of a spot to put it. There was, you know, kind of blocked. This little cat over here is being a little naughty. I don't know if you guys can. Where'd you go? Over there? Over here? What? Whoopsies. Oscar, you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi to the people, Oscar? Okay, but I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.